Good morning, band. Today's going to be the last day of virtual stuff for some of you all. We're going to start bringing people on campus tomorrow. Now, it's not everyone. Please go with what the office has told you. If for some reason the office didn't get a hold of you this last week, make sure your parents call and find out what day you are supposed to start coming. If you've chosen virtual, you'll be virtual for the 6 weeks no matter what. And then they're taking and bringing in groups on tomorrow, and then they're bringing in groups on Monday. And there's maybe another one involved too. Go with whatever date you were told when they called. And if you haven't received that call, please call and find out. When you come in tomorrow, you're going to have an instrument with you. When you bring that in, what I need you to do is go ahead and take and come into the band hall, drop it off along the side walls. I'm going to try and put some signs up that will say different sections, kind of like what we do with the junior high kids when they come in for concerts, just for the moment until we quite figure out what our procedures with locker rooms will be. I can't have every single one of you go into a locker room to grab your instrument at this point still. When you come in, you can take, and if you want to stay in there as a spot to take and talk until I have to go to the junior high, that is an option right now. The thing I will tell you is food still does not come in the band hall, the jazz room, or on the stage at any point. Okay, food stays out. We don't want any more four-legged critters coming to take and visit. Last spring we had an issue because some of you had left some food inside the locker rooms. And those rodents will find their way in here no matter what we do, and they will come enjoy a snack. So please, please, please do not take and bring food in there. But if you want to take and have a place to come be, because they're not going to let everyone go into the cafeteria, that's fine. You need to maintain your social distancing the whole time. As we go through the day tomorrow, we're going to talk about some guidelines and coming in. And I will go over that some more each day as we bring people in and make sure we're all on the same. As for today, we do have rehearsal from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. tonight. On Monday, we got through 10 pages of drill. We need to make sure tonight we get through the other 5 that are in the second half of the first movement. And my goal is by tomorrow, we're able to march and play through that. And then once we get through that, the next week, we're hopefully going to get the second movement on the field. It's only about 5 sets, 6 sets if I add an extra set. And then we're going to take and perform both on Friday for the game. Now, seniors, there is going to be a Google form up there today that I need you to take and fill out. This is the information for senior night. Normally, we do our band senior night at the end of the season, but given everything that's been uncertain, someone suggested that we take and possibly look at doing them earlier this year so we make sure we get it in for you. So we're going to make an exception this year. We're going to go and get our senior night out of the way on Friday of next week. We are going to do it in halftime. My thought is we have 28 minutes of halftime. We'll perform our show, then we'll do our senior presentation, and then we will take and go on to play the fight song and come off the field then. So please make sure you complete that for me, seniors, because it does take some time for me to put together that script. We will take and today be working in Musition on a rhythm tapping exercise, kind of like we did last week or the week before. So what you're going to do is go ahead and go in here like this. Find it, it's labeled rhythm exercises. Click it. Go ahead and start assessment. Now I just want to remind everyone, when you're done, you've got to come back to this page and click this finish and submit assessment. If you don't, it won't go through. I'm using the assessment feature of the setup here because it lets me set a time for the entry to open and close. It's something that we're supposed to take and be going 6 a.m. to midnight for our instructional day for attendance purposes. So I'm using this to be able to do it. It adds one extra step that you have to finish and submit once you're done with this. So you're just going to come in here. It's going to load into it. It's going to give you directions. You can either use a space bar or your mouse. Okay, when you finish the last one, the nice thing is it does show you your score as you go along. Do understand, I'm not going to take and grade it strictly off of it. It is picky. If you look at the score here, I have a 93. There were definitely about 2 or 3 of them that I ended up with some 80s because I was just a little bit off on one note. It is pretty picky. But the goal is if you can get close to it, if you're at least above the 70s, then you're reading stuff pretty well. If you're not above the 70s, I'm still going to work with you on your grade when I take and put it in the system, but try and improve each time. Our goal has got to be that you can read rhythms like this in your sleep and do well with them, because it's something that's coming up. The sight reading comes up in every piece of music you have. So once you're done with it, go ahead and click Next. Okay, it's going to have that log out. Make sure you do that. Okay, close the browser. Then again, go Finish and Submit Assessment. If you don't land on this screen with this wonderful smiley face, you haven't finished it. Make sure you have finished it. Put that last little bit, because I've got a few of you who thought you were doing assignments and I'm not getting them. And I suspect this is where it is. That's why I sent out the message of go through and do it. I tried to catch those of you who I thought had done that. But if that's you, if you're like, man, I did this, but you're saying I'm not, go back and look at it. Google Classroom is pretty well updated with that. Please make sure tonight you are planning to be here. Okay, again, 6:30 to 8:30. We're going to take and work on getting the first song on. Go ahead and bring your instruments, because if we get it done quickly enough, we may try and play and march it at the same time. So thank you all. We will take and see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.